Shalom, shalom. I want to give honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Put it on my spirit to go back into this lesson. Okay, we're going back into the milk, the law. Okay, the book of Leviticus 20 chapter, right? Covering, cover all diver, covering all diverse commandments, homosexuality, bestiality, land, dietary law, high holy day, and mortgage. Okay, so let's don't waste no time. Let's get into it. Okay, Leviticus 20 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, again thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones, meaning this going into child sacrifices. And Molech was an ancient Canaanite god, abominable child sacrifice. The other nations were sacrificed children to Molech with fire, and the children of Israel saw these things happen and were sacrificed their children. Right, let's go to Jeremiah 19 and 4. Jeremiah 19 and 4. Okay. Because they have forsaken me and have estranged it this place, and have burnt it incense in it unto other gods, whom neither they nor their fathers have known, nor the kings of Judah, and have filled it this place with the blood of innocent. Verse 5. They have built also the high places of Baal, like to burn their sons with fire for burnt offering unto Baal, slacky which I commanded, not, nor spake it, neither came it into my mind. Meaning the Lord said, I commanded not, nor spake it, neither came it into my mind, meaning he never said to go do it. And you had Israelites giving their sons to Molech, and remember seeing the movie The Ten Commandments with the two golden calves that they made, and them two golden calves represent Baal, and Baal is an ancient Canaanite goddess, Canaanite goddess, god, or idol, and the way to please it is to do children's sacrifices, and that was the only way. And if you wasn't sacrificing your child, and then you wasn't serving Molech the right way. And also Molech is mentioned in various precepts, right? Let's go back to Leviticus 20 and 3, all right? Leviticus 20 and 3. And I will set my face against that man, and will cut him off from among his people, because he had given of his seed unto Molech, to defile my sanctuary, and to profane my holy name. Verse 4. And if the people of the land do any way hide their eyes from the man, when he giveth of his seed unto Molech, and kill him not, meaning, and if you see a brother about to do a child sacrifice, and you can't say, I don't want to get in his business, but but the Lord said we have to say something and rebuke that brother, and letting him know that he is going off. And that means anything you see your brother going off today, you have to rebuke him, right? You got to rebuke him. All right, let's go to Leviticus 5 and 1. Leviticus 5 and 1. Leviticus 5 and 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness whether he has seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. Meaning, so if you see someone committing an act and you don't say anything, then you are committing an act as well. And you see someone doing child sacrifices and you don't say anything, then you are an accomplice to it as well. And the Lord said, don't hide the face of that man, right? So don't hide the face of that man, right? Let's go to Leviticus 19 and 17. Okay, Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise like you rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Meaning, it is a commandment to rebuke our brother if you see him going off. So if you don't rebuke him, you love to see him in danger of being put to death. So to be your brother's keeper, you have to rebuke the brother if you see him eating pork and report it to the judges and elders, and you are not being a snitch. You are showing love to your brother, and that is how you rebuke him from the fear of the consequences of being put to death. Right. Let's go to Deuteronomy 13 and 6. Deuteronomy 13 and 6. Okay. So you got to rebuke your brother, all right? Deuteronomy 13 and 6. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thy own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, Let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers. Meaning, if someone entice you to go serve other gods or break the Sabbath, like help them move a truck or get you to buy or sell or go run errands with them or for them, etc., etc. Right. Let's go to verse 8 in Deuteronomy 13 and 8. Thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shalt thy eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him. Meaning, God said, you have to kill him on the spot, and you can hide him. And if someone try to entice you and try to get you to go off, and you shouldn't listen to him and have no pity on him, and don't spare him and put him to death on the spot with a stone or sword or that jabber, and he got to deal with it. That's what the Lord said, with 2 or 3 witnesses. Right. Let's go verse 9. Verse 9. Verse 9. But thou shalt surely kill him, thy hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. Verse 10. And thou shalt stone him with stones that he die, because he has sought to thrust thee away from the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Verse 11. And all and all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. Meaning, so if someone pull you to the side or ask you to go off, they were put to death, and all Israel heard and feared it, and they wouldn't entice you to do any type of wickedness because they were afraid to get put to death on the spot. And today, society, Jake, get a lot of leeway because they should be put to death on the spot in Babylon, and it doesn't matter if it's your mother, daughter, son, father, uncle, brother, etc. But in Babylon, we don't get put to death on the spot with stones or a sword, but we have to repent. Right, let's go to Deuteronomy 17 and 5. Deuteronomy 17 and 5. Then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shall stone them with stones till they die. Verse 6. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death, but at the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death. Verse 7. The hands of the witnesses shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hands of all the people. So thou shalt put the evil away from among you. Meaning, so anything that is worthy of death and you bring it at the mouth of the gates of 2 or 3 witnesses, and all the people that can see the wickedness bring forth, and what sin brings forth, and that is death. So any wicked things that's worthy of death must be done in front of all the people. Right, let's go to 1 Corinthians 3 and 16. 1 Corinthians 6, 1 Corinthians 3 and 16. Okay? 1 Corinthians 3 and 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh, and that the Spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you? Meaning, and that is twofold. And our body is the temple of the Lord, but the whole nation of Israel is the temple. Right, verse 17. If any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy. For the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. Meaning, and if anyone is bringing any detrimental to the stones of which is us, has to be has to be destroyed. And you can have a corrupted brick to build a large foundation. And if I build a 16-story building and have 3 bricks that are cracked, and the whole building is going to collapse and fall, and you must do what you have to do. And now we have repentance and a time to get right, and we have to put off that old man daily and remember what you did wrong the day before, and repent and ask Yahweh forgiveness. And we are the temple of the Lord, and every time you bring forth sin, you are destroying the temple of the Lord. So how much more the Lord going to destroy you? And also we have to rebuke our brothers and sisters when they are going off. If they are thinking about getting abortion, and you have to rebuke her, or if she has them jeans on, etc., and you have to tell them, or you are accomplished to them as well. Right. So let's go back to Leviticus 25. All right. Leviticus 25. Leviticus 25. Then I will set my face against that man, and against his against his family, and will cut him off, and all that go a whoring after him to commit whoredom with Molech from among their people. Right, verse 6. And the soul, that turned it over. Read again. And the soul that turned it after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go a whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. Meaning, and the Lord is against seeking wizard, magician, warlocks, witches, wizardness, enchanters, sorcery, spells casters, match, tarot cards, and it tells you in Exodus 22:18 chapter, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Right. Let's go to Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Okay. Deuteronomy 18 and 10. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that used divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanters, or a witch. Meaning, an enchanter or witch are the same, trying to raise up the dead bodies, etc., charmers, witches, casting spells, a supernatural, Disney World, etc., spells, curses, and Babylon is all about this wickedness and folly. Right. So let's go Nahum 3 and 4. Nahum 3 and 4. Okay. Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredom of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Meaning, who's the whoredom of the well-favored harlot? well-favored harlot, meaning beautiful, and the harlot is Babylon we live in, and the Lord called Babylon a harlot, a woman, and it tells you in Revelation 17:1 chapter on down. Right, let's go to Revelation 17:1. Okay, Revelation 17:1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked it with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Meaning it's not a actual whore, and it is parabolic, and this great whore is Babylon we live in, and the many waters is Israelites that the whore sitteth upon. Right. I drop down to verse 15, Revelation 17:15. Okay. And he said unto me, The waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitude and nations and tongues. Meaning that whore is sitting upon his people, multitude and nations and tongues, meaning Babylon has dominion over us, and Babylon is the only nation that has dominion over the world. Right. Let's go to Sirach 26:11. Sirach 26:11. Sirach, better it's Ecclesiasticus, okay, better known as Sirach. Ecclesiasticus 26:11, in Apocrypha, okay, 26:11. So Ecclesiasticus 26:11. Watch over an impudent slunky eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler, slunky, when he had found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. Meaning we can't get caught up in the whore trying to get us to sell our soul with money, contracts, wealth, and you can't get caught up in her beauty, Babylon. And this woman opened her quiver against every arrow, meaning Babylon opened up her quiver for every arrow. She is that great whore that has dominion over everyone in the world. Let's go to Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 25:21. Ecclesiasticus 25:21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Meaning, don't stumble at the beauty of a woman, meaning the wickedness, the lifestyle that Babylon has to offer. The fornication, party, celebrity, freedom to do wickedness, money, bestiality, gay, lesbian, witches, warlocks, etc., etc., etc. Let's go stand Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 42:12. Okay, 42:12. Behold, not every body beauty, and sit not in the midst of woman. Meaning Babylon beauty is getting old, and we have to come out of her ways and philosophy, lust, and fornication that they program in your mind when you watch TV shows, and that is witchcraft. Let's go Proverbs 7:21. Proverbs 7:21. Proverbs 7:21. With her much of fair speech she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips she forced him. Meaning much fair speech she caused him to yield. Meaning TV, movies, commercial that seduce you, and flattering of her lips, the bright lights, and everything going to be okay. And you can make it in this country, playing football, basketball, etc., etc. And this is all that fair speech to seduce you to her ways. Right. Verse 22. He goaded after her straightway, as an ox goaded to the slaughter, or as a fool to the or as a fool to the correction or of the stocks. meaning Jake going to go after Babylon grave, all right, straightway like an ox goaded to the slaughter. And if a ox knew he was going to the slaughter, he would not go that way. It's like it is on the chopping block and don't know when it is going to happen. Right. Verse 23. Till a dart striketh through his liver as a bird hasted it to the snare, and noted not, it's like he noted not that it is for his life. Verse 24. Hearken, it's like he hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Verse 25. Let not thy heart decline to her ways, go not astray in her path. Meaning, and that is not the straight way, that is the crooked path. Verse 26. For she have cast down many wounded, yeah, many strong men have been slain by her, meaning the men in the truth that have been in this for 25, 20, 10, 5, 3 years, and they still went off and was cast down, and the strong men have been slain by her ways. Verse 27. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Meaning, if you are climbing to her ways, you are going to hell, and that means death, right? So this Proverbs 6:23. Proverbs 6:23. Okay, Proverbs 6:23. For the commandments is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. 24. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery, of the tongue of a strange woman. 25. Lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Meaning, all the things in Babylon, like the TV shows, lifestyle, sports, their activities, cars, homes, etc. Strange woman, the lust of the evil strange woman, and the commandments and laws are for the Israelites and not this strange woman. Right. Verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, Slaki, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life, meaning, and all the other nations coming to Babylon and thinking they are going to make it big, and they are living in the hood as well, like these Hamites, and what they see on TV, that they think it is all glitter and gold. Right. Verse 27. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Verse 28. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? Meaning, and the answer is no. And you can't play with a whore and think everything is going to be good. And you can't turn Babylon into Jerusalem. And it is impossible. Right. Let's go to Nahum 3 and 4. Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredom of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selled nations through her whoredom and families through her witchcraft, meaning that is Babylon the Great, and that is why Leviticus 20 and 6 chapter, and the soul that turned it after such as have familiar spirits. It's like, and even if you turn your heart to Babylon the Great, Christianity, effeminate homosexual coons or bug outs, have shaved your beards, politics, it's like, and you can make it in Babylon and feel like you have some kind of power, and that is familiar spirit, right? Let's go back to Leviticus 20 and 7, okay? Leviticus 20 and 7. Leviticus 20 and 7. Sanctify yourself, therefore, and be ye holy, for I am the Lord your God. Meaning, and being holy is separate. And if you think and act like these other nations, and eat and drink and dress like him, and you serve the same God as he does, then you are not holy. And holy means to come back to your God, Yahweh. And that's the only way to be holy, to come back and be the sons and daughters of Zion. Right. Verse 9. Verse 9. For everyone that cursed his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. He have cursed his father or his mother, his blood shall be upon him. Meaning, cursing your father and mother is wickedness in the Lord's eyes. Right. Let's go to Deuteronomy 21 and 18. Let's go to Deuteronomy 21 and 18. 21 and 18. Deuteronomy 21 and 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastised him will not hearken unto them, meaning you have Jake still living at home in the basement and not working and not paying any bills and still disrespecting his father and mother. Right? Father and mother. Verse 19. Verse 19. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place, meaning they had to put hands on their son and bring him out unto the elders. Verse 20. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton, sluggy, and a drunkard. Meaning he eating all the food and grapes and drinking all the wine and calling his friends over and eating all the food, and he is drunk. Verse 21. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. Meaning, and in today's society, it's supposed to be a lot of dead bodies on the earth right now. And Jacob with their pants sagging, a glutton and a drunkard, and the Lord said they have to be put to death. But being rebellious people, and if you don't respect your father and mother, and you are not going to respect the elders of the city, right? Let's go to Proverbs 13 and 24. Proverbs 13 and 24. Proverbs 13:24. He that spared his rod hated his son, but he that loved it he that loved him chastised him bedtime, sluggy. Meaning what the Lord is saying, if you don't beat your son, you hate your son. And if you love your son, you will beat him when he goes off doing something wrong, but not when he didn't do anything wrong, and turning him onto a punching bag, and that is going off as well. Let's go to Sirach. Ecclesiasticus 30 and 12, okay? Ecclesiastes 30 and 12. All right. Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thy heart. Meaning you have to beat him on the side while he is a child, and not when he gets 17 or 18 years old. Right. Verse 13. Chastise thy son and hold him to labor, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee. Meaning It's like meaning he is going to want to do whatever he want to do, like being in the streets and being a wicked Jake, smoking weed, dealing drugs, gang banging, pimping, all kinds of wickedness, right? Sirach 30 and 1, okay? Sirach 30 and 1. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 31, all right? He that loveth his son calls to him off to fill the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. Meaning, if you love your son, you will make sure he feel the rod all the time when he is going off. And also, the Lord let us feel the rod when we go off as well, when we are wicked. And your son will have joy in the end when you teach him the right way and chastise him when he is a child from knowing right from wrong. Right. Verse 2. Try to let the ambulance go by. Ecclesiasticus 30 and 2. Right? He that chastised his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance. Verse 3. He that teached it, his son grieved it, the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Meaning, and Esau don't like to see this young 14-year-old boy doing the work of the Lord and holding posts at camp, and that is grieved the enemy, right? Verse 4. Though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he had left one behind him that is like himself. Meaning, your son is like you and standing bold and on fire and doing the work of the Lord. You left one behind him that is like himself. Right. Let's go back to Leviticus 20 and 10. Leviticus 20 and 10. Leviticus 20 and 10. And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Meaning, an adulterer is when a man is laying down with a married woman, or if a woman is promised to a man and that woman goes and lay down with another man. An adulterer is when a man go lay with another man's wife. So the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Let's go to Sirach 9 and 8. Sirach 9 and 8. Ecclesiasticus 9 and 8. All right. Turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another beauty, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith the love is kindled it as a fire. Meaning, don't look at another man's beautiful wife, and for her with the love is kindled as a fire, meaning you can't stop thinking about her. You are in love with another man's wife, and that is wicked. Okay. Verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thy heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. Meaning, and don't be sitting with another man's wife and getting drinks with wine. You shouldn't do that. And it doesn't matter who it is, and you don't want to be in the room with her and cracking jokes, and that is off, right? Let's go to Proverbs 6 and 32. Proverbs 6 and 32. Okay? Proverbs 6 and 32. But whoso committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Verse 33. A womb and dishonor shall be, it's like he shall. Read it again. A womb and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Meaning the Lord isn't dealing with that, and it's like you're going into a woman or lusting, love kindle as fire, meaning lusting after another man's wife, and it is not going to be wiped away. Right. Verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. It's like read that again. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Meaning, and the man will not spare the man that slept with his wife, or just over his house, trying to say he fixed this for his wife, and the man will be jealous and will be enraged and will not spare anyone in the day of vengeance. And on a twofold level, the Lord coming back with a vengeance, and you are having spiritual fornication with Babylon. Right. Verse 35. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. Meaning, and you can say you are sorry, or try to buy yourself out of it with gifts, or with lands, cows, cars, etc. But on a deeper level, whoso committed adultery with a woman lacking understanding, he that doeth it destroyed his own soul. Meaning Jake out here having adultery with Babylon every day and destroying his soul. Right. This goes Ecclesiasticus 41 and 16. Ecclesiasticus 41 and 16. Okay. Ecclesiasticus 41 and 16. 41 16. Better known as Sirach. Therefore be shamefaced according to my word, for it is not good to retain all shamefacedness, neither is it altogether approved in everything. Meaning the Lord is going to give you a list that you should be shamefaced of, and we talk about women should be shamefaced and men should be shamefaced as well. Right. That's verse 17. Verse 17. Be ashamed of whoredom before father and mother, and of a lie before a prince, lucky, and a mighty man. Meaning, and you should be ashamed to be a whoredom in front of your father and mother, coming home at 15 years old, pregnant, and don't know who the daddy is, and you should be ashamed about that. Verse 18. Of an offense before a judge, and ruler of iniquity before a congregation, and people of unjust dealing before thy partner and friend. Verse 20. And of silence before them that salute thee, and to look upon an harlot. Meaning, and if a brother salute you, and you salute him, and if you are looking upon a harlot, and you should be ashamed of yourself of looking at these women with their bodies all out, and every man looking at them. And that is what the Most High said. Verse 21. And to turn away thy face from thy kinsmen, or to take away a portion or a gift, or to gaze upon another man's wife. Meaning, and you should be ashamed to gaze upon another man's wife, to look at her, and you can gaze and look at other people's wives, and that will be adultery. Let's go back to Leviticus 20 and 11. Leviticus 20 and 11. Okay, Leviticus 20 and 11. And the man that lighted with his father's wife had uncovered it, his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Meaning, no, you can deal with your father's wife, and you will get put to death for that. Verse 12. And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. Then, it's like they have wrought confusion, their blood shall be upon them, meaning that's going off. The father lied with his daughter-in-law, and that is confusion. Verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. No homosexuality and lesbian, tranny, etc., etc. And the Lord don't approve of it. Right, verse 14. And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness, they shall be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. Meaning you can deal with the wife and the mother, and that is wickedness, and they all shall be burnt with fire. Right. Verse 15. And if a man lie with a beast, read that again. And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast, meaning, and no bestiality, man or woman. And why did the Lord say you shall slay the beast if you lie with it? Meaning the beast is defiled and confused it, and his mind is all jammed it up. And another reason you have to slay the beast, because a strange creature could come out, a he goat or she cow, and the Lord said, kill the beast, it is defiled. And also on a spiritual level, we lay down with a beast that has two horns, which is the beast of the dragon, which is Babylon. And we are committing spiritually bestiality every day in Babylon, and we don't even know it. And you are into bestiality if you are in Babylon, and Jake are deep into spiritual bestiality every day. And the Lord's still going to slay the beast, and that is the spiritual bestiality, right? The spiritual bestiality is Babylon, aka America, right? Verse 16. And if a woman approach unto any beast and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Meaning you have to kill the woman and the beast. Right? Verse 17. Verse 17. And if a man shall take his sister, his father daughter, or his mother daughter, and see her nakedness, and she see his nakedness, it is a wicked thing, and they shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He had uncovered his sister nakedness, he shall bear his iniquity. Meaning, no, you can't lie with your sister, your father or mother, daughter, or see each other nakedness. Right? Can't do that. Verse 18. And if a man shall lie with a woman having her sickness, and shall uncover her nakedness, he had discovered her fountain, and she had uncovered it. And she had uncovered it, the fountain of her blood, and both of them shall be cut off from among their people. Meaning, when a woman is on her flower, meaning her menstruation, right? Her time of the month, and let her go through her cycle for 7 days, and 7 more days as well, because she is unclean. Right? Verse 19. And thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, nor of thy father's sister, for he uncovered it, his near kin. They shall bear their iniquity, meaning no sleeping with your mother and father's sister. Okay, verse 20. And if a man shall lie with his uncle wife, he had uncovered it, his uncle nakedness, they shall bear their sins like they shall die childless. Meaning you can't sleep with your uncle's wife. Verse 21. And if a man shall take his brother wife, it's like it is an unclean thing. He had uncovered it, his brother nakedness. They shall be childless, meaning you can sleep with your brother's wife. Verse 22. Ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgment and do them, that the land whither I bring you to dwell therein spew you not out. Verse 23. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them. Meaning when we have read about bestiality, incest, adultery, and that is not what we were doing in that land. It was the Canaanites were doing in that land, and that is why the Most High spewed them out of that land, and we followed them same acts, and that is why we are in Babylon today, for following the ways of the Ammonites and the Moabites. Right. Verse 24, Leviticus 20 and 24. All right. But I have said unto you, let me read that again. But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floated with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, which have separated you from other people. Verse 25. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean, and between unclean fowls and clean. And ye shall not make your souls abominable by beasts, or by fowls, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. Verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I the Lord am holy, and have served it you from other people, that ye shall be mine. Verse 27. A man also, or a woman that had a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones, their blood shall be upon them, meaning you have to stone them to death. Right. So that's Leviticus 26. That's Leviticus 20 chapter, right? Okay. Showing y'all, giving y'all some precepts, going over this milk, going over the laws. Write these precepts down. Okay. Write what it means. Okay. Then go over it, study it. Okay. If it's once a week or whatever. Okay. You got to constantly stay in the law. Okay. All right. You got to constantly stay in the law. Right. So that's Leviticus 20 chapter. All right. Covering the diverse commandments: homosexuality, bestiality, land, dietary law, high holy days, and mortgage. Okay. All right. So I hope this was edifying. Okay. I'm going to give honor and glory to Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.